Disney parks have announced a new Lightning Lane option, and while on paper it may sound really great, once you start looking at some more of the details, it gets really interesting. So let's take a look at this new Lightning Lane option and see if it's going to be the best option for you on your next Disney vacation. Hey everyone, it's Christian from Vertigo Views. I'm a travel agent and theme park enthusiast with over 25 years of experience with theme parks, and if you're like me, you're kind of getting frustrated with Disney's Fast Pass, Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, whatever they're calling it that week. I love Disney, but even some of your favorite things can have flaws. So let's face it, a lot of people miss the old Fast Pass system at Disney World. So that was way back in the day when you used to be able to go to each ride that had a Fast Pass, you picked out a paper ticket, it gave you a time when you needed to come back to that ride, then you came back, you showed that paper ticket, and you rode on the ride. Things have gotten a little more complicated since then, so with the advent of cell phones, there was Fast Pass Plus, then during the pandemic, they switched it to Genie Plus, and now we have a new system that is Lightning Lane Multipass and Lightning Lane Single Pass. Lightning Lane Multipass, as the name implies, is good for multiple attractions that use the Lightning Lane system. So Lightning Lane lets you skip the line or shorten your wait time compared to just waiting in the regular queue for Disney attractions. Most major Disney attractions are going to have some form of Lightning Lane. Lightning Lane Multipass means you can use that system to shorten your wait time on eligible rides. So this includes a lot of popular attractions like Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Pirates of the Caribbean, Expedition Everest. Those are just a few, and those are all eligible on Lightning Lane Multipass. You can also park hop with Lightning Lane Multipass as well. Now there are some attractions at each park that are newer and more popular, and they are not on the Lightning Lane Multipass system. They're on the Lightning Lane Single Pass system. So if you want to ride those rides, you have to purchase a Lightning Lane Single Pass. If you want to ride all the Lightning Lane attractions that a park offers, you have to purchase a Lightning Lane Multipass and a Lightning Lane Single Pass per person, per day that you're visiting. Are you thoroughly confused yet? Good. An example of some of those Lightning Lane Single Pass rides are going to be rides like Tron Light Cycle Run at Magic Kingdom and Flight of Passage, the Avatar ride at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Now, ever since this system has rolled out, I've really wanted an option where I can pay a little more and get all those Lightning Lanes included without having to pay for a multi-pass and a single pass. Lo and behold, enter Lightning Lane Premier Pass, which Disney has announced is going to be rolling out in the next few weeks as of the time of this video. And on paper, it sounds great. It's exactly what I want. You make this purchase and you're able to ride all the Lightning Lane rides at least once in the park that you select. But then there's some issues once you start looking a little closer. First of all, the cost. So as with Lightning Lane Single Pass and Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, there's going to be a range of options and how much it's going to cost each day. And that can vary depending on how busy it is, the time of year. So there's a range for how much those are going to cost each day. It's going to be the same with Lightning Lane Premier Pass. So let's pick Magic Kingdom. It's the most visited theme park in the world, so it's a pretty good place to start. Right now, they're saying the range for Lightning Lane Premier Pass is going to be anywhere from $329 to $449 plus tax per person per day. Now listen, I visit a lot of other theme parks besides Disney, and I'm used to spending a little more than $30 to purchase their option that lets me skip the line. However, let's break down this cost a little bit, because once you start doing the math compared to the other Lightning Lane options at Disney, it doesn't really make much sense to me. So again, let's use Magic Kingdom as an example. And let's just, for even numbers' sake, disregard the tax that's going to be added to your purchase. And let's say it's a particularly busy day, and let's make it an even number. So let's say that it's $30 per day to use Lightning Lane Multipass at Magic Kingdom. That's on the upper end of where we've seen it, so let's go with that. So it costs you $30 to purchase a Lightning Lane Multipass to use on multiple attractions one time at Magic Kingdom. So let's say, you know what, I really want to be able to shorten my wait time for Tron Light Cycle Run and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Let's say that those Lightning Lane Single Pass attractions are also $30 each. So we've spent $30 for Lightning Lane Multipass, $30 for Lightning Lane Single Pass on Tron, and $30 for Lightning Lane Single Pass on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. That's $90. Now with those options, you have to reserve a time to come back and ride the attraction. So you can't just show up at a Lightning Lane entrance and say, I want to ride now. You have to reserve a slot to come back. So we've spent $90 to be able to do that. The cheapest Lightning Lane Premier Pass option starts at $330. So that gets me everything I could get for $90, with the exception of not having to book or reserve any time slots to ride the ride. So with Lightning Lane Premier Pass, I can show up at the attraction and say, I want to ride this, and be let on once per day. Now, why does that cost about $200 more? Let's use another park as an example. Let's use Disney's Hollywood Studios. Disney's Hollywood Studios has a lot of rides on their multi-pass option. They also have one single pass option in Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, which some people would argue may be the most popular attraction at Walt Disney World in general. As of the time of this writing, they're saying that the range for Disney's Hollywood Studios for Lightning Lane Premier Pass is going to be $269 to $349. That's about the range that we're looking at. So again, let's keep this simple. Let's say that we're going on the slowest day at Disney's Hollywood Studios and our pass costs $270. Let's say we want to buy Lightning Lane Multi-Pass so we can do a lot of the rides there with minimal wait times. Let's say that costs about $30. Then let's also say that we want to minimize our wait time for Rise of the Resistance because that ride breaks down all the time. That's an additional $30. So we've spent $60 to now do every ride with a Lightning Lane entrance at Disney's Hollywood Studios. $60. The cheapest Lightning Lane Premier Pass is $270. Why is it $200 more when the only difference is that we don't have to reserve a time slot to come back? Is that really worth $200 extra? Another big thing about Lightning Lane Premier Pass is you can't park hop with it. So if I want to purchase Lightning Lane Premier Pass and use it at Animal Kingdom and then park hop after that park closes and go to Epcot in the evening, I can't use Premier Pass at both Animal Kingdom and Epcot. So I'm paying $200 more for a system that I can't use at multiple parks on the same day to really just not have to book a reserve time to come back, when I could have just spent $200 less and gotten all of that and just had to book my time slot to come back to the ride. And this is kind of what's been frustrating me with Disney lately in general. Disney has some of the most visited theme parks in the world. Magic Kingdom, in fact, is the most visited theme park in the world. Why is it so hard for them to figure out this system? Let's take a competitor down the road. Universal Orlando Resort. It's not far from Walt Disney World. There are two options at Universal Orlando if you want to skip the line or shorten your wait in line. There's Universal Express Pass, which lets you go to all Express Pass rides once per day. And there's Universal Express Pass Unlimited, which lets you skip all the rides that use Express Pass as many times as you want. So if I want to use that system at Universal, I purchase Universal Express Pass Unlimited. I purchase my ticket, I go to the park, I show up, I go to the Express line, I show them my ticket, and I walk in. That's it. Now at Universal, their Express Passes range anywhere from about $100 to the upper 200s, depending on when you visit. So it's cheaper than Disney, and Disney is making you pay $200 extra just to be able to show up at their version of the Express Pass line, Lightning Lane, and just hop in line for that. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand why, when Disney has competitors that are so close to them with such easier systems, why they keep finding ways to make this more and more difficult. Additionally, Disney announced that they're rolling this out in the coming weeks, and they said the only people that are eligible to purchase Lightning Lane Premier Pass are people staying in the deluxe resorts at Walt Disney World. So you have to stay on the most expensive hotel properties in order to purchase the most expensive Lightning Lane option. So you've already spent a bunch of money on your tickets per person. You've already spent a lot of money on an expensive hotel room, and now you have to spend as much as $400 per person per day in order to get Lightning Lane Premier Pass, and again, not Park Hop. Once again, Universal, for some of their top tier hotels, is giving you Universal Express Pass Unlimited for everybody in the hotel room from their check-in date through and including their checkout date. So the value there seems to make more sense. You're paying a lot more for your hotel room, but you're getting a perk like being able to skip the ride lines. That's awesome. At Disney, you're spending a lot more money for your hotel room. End sentence. And we haven't even talked about Disneyland. So as usual, for some strange reason, things are different over at Disneyland than they are at Disney World. And they're a little better, but also a little worse. Now at Disneyland, both theme parks are included in Lightning Lane Premier Pass. So you purchase Lightning Lane Premier Pass, you can skip all the lines that have a Lightning Lane at both Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure. Sounds great, right? You would think so, until you realize that for the rest of 2024, Lightning Lane Premier Pass is going to cost $400 per person per day. Now look, I love Disneyland. I personally don't visit there a lot, so I make sure to get a Lightning Lane whenever I'm visiting. But $400? I mean, you're able to sort of park hop between both parks, which is nice, but why is it $400? Why is it $400 for you to skip the lines for everything at Disneyland? Again, you're better off just purchasing a Lightning Lane multi-pass and a Lightning Lane single pass for the days you want to go. It's going to be cheaper. Yes, you'll have to reserve your spot ahead of time, select the time slot that you want, but do you really want to spend like $300 more in order to just not have to do that? So I guess that raises the question, who is Lightning Lane Premier Pass for really? Well, on paper, it should be for a lot of people. It should be for someone like me who doesn't want to have to pay for a multi-pass and a single pass, worry about reserving their spots and coming back, and you only have 3 spots at a time, and you need to figure out where in the park you're going to be and figure out which ones to reserve. Then you have to move things. It can be a real hassle. So if you're somebody who hates, detests, loathes entirely having to purchase a multi-pass, a single pass, and reserve a time where you can come back to an attraction, this is for you. If you don't worry about the cost of anything associated with Disney and you want the absolute easiest option whenever you're booking your Disney trip and you don't care how much it costs, this is for you. But is this something that I'm going to be recommending to my clients when they visit Disney parks? Not usually. I think you're going to get more value by purchasing a multi-pass, a single pass together, and then just reserving your time slots that you need to come back. For a lot of people that are going down there with families, $200, $300, $400 per day per person is a lot on top of your theme park ticket, your hotel stay, any transportation you're doing, your flight to get down there, the food and dining plans that you're purchasing. It's a lot. And I just think that right now, with the way that they're rolling this out, I'm not sure it's 100% worth it. Let me know what you think about Lightning Lane Premier Pass. I'm really curious how you think it stacks up to what other theme parks offer, as well as if this is something that you would even purchase at a Disney park. I'm really curious, so let me know in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to hear more about Disney parks, theme parks in general, and travel. And don't forget to reach out to me to request a free quote if you're looking to travel anywhere. I book Disney, Universal, I book places other than theme parks all across the country, all across the world, and I'd be happy to make it as stress-free as possible for you. So until the next time, have fun.